Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live stream Tuesday. After probably the best part of a couple of weeks away, we are now back. And great to see you guys in the live chat room, and you might be able to tell that my hair has grown quite a lot over the last 2 weeks. So now we have what I've referred to before as the dreaded centre parting, but it might be something that I keep because it's a lot easier to organise my hair. It means that I just push it either side and then I'm good to go. So anyway, yes, hello to all you guys in the live chat room. I'm going to give you guys a shout out, and we can see in there we have Sue, Cindy, Angela, Tammy, Joe, Barbara, John, Bob, Ro, Daisy, Ruth, Jennifer Moe, Melody Rocks, and still going through there. So, hello. Oh, I can see Hillary says, what happened to the Rocky statue? And the Rocky statue is... Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in. That's why. Because sometimes with the... Yeah, I'm going to have to put it quite a long way across. So with the videos, I start them zoomed in. And then when we get to the fill jam, I zoom out. So by the time we get to the fill jam, then you'll probably be able to see it a little bit more clearly. So yeah, anyway, yeah, hello to all of you guys in there. Good to see you. And I just got to remember how to do everything on the live streams. It should be fine. We're going to get the names of my patrons up on screen to begin with because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive shout out to them and a massive thank you to them as well. So their names go across the bottom of the screen, as always, on a Tuesday and a Saturday at 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. If this is your first live stream, hello, but the usual gang get together. And as with tonight's live stream, it's a little bit... I don't know, unplanned, shooting from the hip. We'll just see what happens. So there are some donations over on PayPal, which I will get to, but I could just see that Sue has just jumped into that super chat window, and Orlando's in there as well. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, I've just remembered that we've gone up in subscriber count by another 1,000, which is great, but I haven't changed it to 518,000. So I'll quickly do that so that when I get it up on screen, like so, it now says the right number. So yeah, just a huge thank you to you guys for watching the videos, for subscribing, leaving comments, hitting the thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we'll keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. It might be the case that we're getting close to 519,000. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't want to kind of tempt fate and then we don't actually get there in the end. So, I mean, yeah, 518,000 is, yeah, absolutely fine. And any other people that get involved is great as well. Like I said, we'll just keep on doing what we do. So let me get rid of that and get a little bit organized over on PayPal so that I can jump into that in a second. But what I will get up on screen as well is tonight's likes goal. And I believe, let me just check that this is right. It is right, that we are going to be aiming for 320 likes. But that is in order to have Phil Jam number 299. So we've almost done 300. So yeah, that's an amazing number of Phil Jams. But in order to have a Phil Jam tonight, we're going to need to get 320 thumbs up. So if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated. And now in order to get the likeometer up on screen, again, YouTube has the likes in now the settings menu, so I have to keep on going to that rather than being able to do it independently like I could do before. But anyway, here we go. We are at 189 likes tonight so far. I had a bit of a jump to 193. So yeah, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. It would be very much appreciated. And yeah, we'll bust out the guitar and have a jam at the end of the live stream. So let me click on the super chat window. I will just address the donations in there. Orlando's donated $2, so thank you for that. And the message is, rock now, rock the night. Hit that thumbs up button, or that like button. So great idea there from Orlando. Again, hit the thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated. And Sue has donated $19.99. And Sue says, and we're back. Great to be back with Phil and all fellow wingers. Special shout out to birthday girl Debbie. So thank you for that. And yeah, a big happy birthday to Debbie. Everybody can say that in the live chat room. Wish Debbie a very happy birthday. I am going to jump now into the PayPal window. Actually, just before I do, I'm going to get not that, why is it loaded up that one from like 1955? So the donations tab that it should have loaded up the second time I clicked on it. I'm talking about gremlins. So anyway, yeah, we'll sort out that gremlin. We have sorted it out. But over on Patreon, I posted I normally do a post saying about the live stream and basically giving people like an hour's warning and asking for the cover video and the just cover video, give them the list, what do you want to see or hear, in tonight's live stream. You guys over on Patreon will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that particular post was made twice, apparently. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But I can definitely only see one post. So I don't know where the other post is, and if there is another update or post for the live stream on Patreon somewhere, then yeah, I haven't seen that one. I've only seen the one that I posted. So yeah, it seems to be a few gremlins in the system tonight, and yeah, there's just one there about the donations tab. But anyway, getting back to the donations, you don't have to donate, just watching is great. So yes, it goes for the whole channel, analysis videos and everything. You don't have to donate. So I think it's important people know that. But for the people that can't resist donating, I think it's very important that they know between 45 and 60% goes to PayPal, goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and on PayPal between 3 and 5% goes to them. And that link for PayPal can be found in the description below if you want to click on that. But it's up to you. You don't have to donate. So just to make that clear. Anyway, moving forward, I am going to try and make sure that I don't miss any of these donations, because we've been away for about a week and a half, something like that. It means that I'm going back quite a long time, but I think this was the last one, or at least the most recent one after the last live stream, which was made by Philip, and it was a £5 donation, so thank you for that. And that was a straight up donation, so thank you for that, Philip. And then Bruce donated £4, so thank you for that, Bruce. And yeah, again, that's a straight up donation. And Elrod donated £6 as well, so thank you for that, Elrod. And that's another straight up donation, as well as Ian's, which was for £1, so thank you for that, Ian. And Anna donated £19, so thank you for that, Anna. And that's another straight up donations, another straight up donation. But the donations all seem to be like that at the moment, because we had another one from Frederick, and this is for £20, so thank you for that. And again, that's a straight up donation. And then Tammy has donated £10, and I'd be surprised if this is just a straight up donation. I'm going to scroll down, and there is a message with this one, so thank you for this, Tammy. The message is, "Hi Phil, welcome back. We missed you. Congratulations on hitting 518,000 subscribers. Please wish Debbie Reichard a happy birthday." Thank you. So thank you for that. And I believe we've already done that part where we've said happy birthday to Debbie. But yeah, thank you for that donation, Tammy. Let me see anything else in here. And it is Debbie who's donated £15, so thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, "Hi Phil, welcome back. We missed you, and it is extra special for me since it's my birthday. Hope you were able to get some things accomplished on your time off. You are the best. Love you, Debbie." Yeah, so thank you for that. Yes, so I've managed to get quite a lot done, but it's still an ongoing process, and it's lots of things to organize, and thinking about authentic vocal. And that's another thing that I was thinking about doing for tonight's live stream, and maybe we'll just do this for tonight's live stream. So over on authentic vocal, the problem with the authentic vocal YouTube channel is that it it's really swimming against the tide of YouTube, because YouTube has an agreement with record labels, and record labels don't want somebody just telling everyone what is happening in performances and on releases, and if they've changed a particular voice. It might be a legacy artist where people don't want the voice to be changed. They don't want people really knowing about that, and I've got this channel where I let people know about it. But also over on Authentic Vocal, it means that on that channel only authentic vocals are featured, i.e. there's never going to be any tuned vocals or any AI artists or songs or anything like that. So it's getting back to the core for me of what expression and musical's all about. Unfortunately, that's not something that I think the mainstream industry want people to listen to look at, or the avenue that they want music to go down. They want it all to be something that they can just put through a processor and every artist be the same, because that's the most profitable way of making music and making artists, is to get them to all conform to the same tuning, and therefore it means that they don't have to spend hardly any time in the recording studio, because it doesn't really matter if the singer misses notes. They just adjust it all to the same A440 standard pitch equal temperament, the same scale, should I say the same pitch graph that I show on my analysis videos, and that is now what every artist will go through. So now when they're changing legacy artist voice, like even artists and singers that aren't with us anymore, like Freddie Mercury, when they start changing that, it's all to conform to this tuning, so that artists who would never ever be able to sing like Freddie Mercury will now sound the same, because they're tuned to the same standard, to the same level, even though the expression is where it's getting lost, where the microtones between notes, that's where the expression lives. So that's why Freddie Mercury had such a distinctive voice, because of his tuning, also his tone, and the way that he belted in chest voice, top end of his chest voice, and was so expressive. But a lot of it is to do with where they place notes, and so many singers, they place their notes in different pitches in the microtones, slightly sharp, slightly flat, and that's what makes their voice their voice. But when you start tuning a voice, it means that now their voice isn't their voice anymore. It's something that has been conformed to a tuning standard, and it's the same as everyone else's voice. Anyway, long story short, it means over on Authentic Vocal, it's not the kind of channel that YouTube wants to promote and tell people about the videos, even subscribers. So I think it's something that I'm going to have to push as much as I can on Wings of Pegasus, this channel, and I know that it massively hurts when I just mention it. I always see a drop in views, and subscribers start getting unsubscribed, which I've had recently as well. People have been telling me about that. But also their current subscribers then aren't getting notifications for videos when they've explicitly said to YouTube that they want to be notified for every video. So it's very much going to be swimming against the tide. So anyway, what I'm going to do is load up, if I can, and I should be able to grab it maybe on this one. I'm going to go to @official authentic vocal on YouTube and see if maybe I can switch the account here. Okay, right. So on Authentic Vocal, we are 60, that's 60 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers, which I think is actually really good, considering that YouTube channel, YouTube doesn't want to kind of get it out there or promote the videos or even tell the subscribers about the videos. So I thought I'd mention it on the live stream, and it might be a lot to ask for people to go and subscribe and maybe get 60 subscribers in the course of this live stream. But what I will do is keep an eye on that, and maybe if people want to go over and subscribe to Authentic Vocal, then they can do. And just so you know, over there I will be uploading the Authentic Vocal analysis videos that I've done over the years here. So I'm going to start adding those to the videos that are released And some people who might have missed, authentic vocal analysis videos from years ago will have them there that they can watch. But also you'll start to build up an idea of which artists are performing fully live and not miming or lip syncing, but also artists that aren't using tuning live. So yeah, it'll be a nice database to have. And this year I'm just really seeing which way is going to be most effective to approach authentic vocal and actually getting it out into the world. We've already got the merchandise, and if you want to get your hands on any of the named merchandise, i.e. the authentic vocal registered trademark, then you can do. You can also get Wings of Pegasus. That's always available, but the authentic vocal merchandise is all part of Wings of Pegasus as well, so it'll be underneath this video in the tray, as you guys know, and there's a link in the description below as well. But the logo, like I said, it kind of the name authentic vocal, the logo, especially just the logos of registered trademarks. So yeah, that's something that maybe we can get out into the world a little bit more, and then I'm going to, in 2026, try to see how best it's going to be approaching authentic vocal. Certainly at the moment I'm just going to start getting some stuff over on the YouTube channel, but yeah, I'd like for things to start moving along in 2026 so that maybe at some point you'll see an actual show that is covered by authentic vocal, i.e. meaning that you are going to watch something that is going to be live. So yeah, and recently we had that video, the journey video, which a lot of people have watched, which is great. And again, just pointing out what is going on. And in my analysis videos especially, I had a comment today, and this might turn into a bit of a troll corner thing, but somebody said, oh, so you took 20 minutes to say something that everyone can tell in 2 seconds of listening to it. And I did explain to that person that when you make a video, as I've made a video for YouTube and released it, you can't just say something, especially with maybe the size of the channel that I have, you can't just say something without proving it, because that's potentially libel. You can get sued for saying, oh right, this is what they're doing, and you're telling hundreds of thousands of people a lie, and they can say, hang on, no, we're not doing that, so we're going to take action on your video, maybe remove it, or might even sue for damages and all this kind of stuff. So my videos have to be as long as they are to prove objectively what I'm saying is true, and not only that, prove it in such a way that everyone else can then do the same tests and get the same results. So yeah, just doing a short video. I'll get into shorts videos in a second, because there's another comment that I had about that. But yeah, getting through all of the evidence, it does take that amount of time. It's not something, I'm not the kind of channel that's going to make a sweeping statement that is not backed up and not totally provable, if that's even a word. But yeah, I'm not going to say something that is untrue. I'm going to absolutely tell people the facts of what we're watching, as I'm asked to do with every request, as that journey video was massively requested. I had so many to look at that, so I looked at it and just pointed out what was going on. So the other thing with the shorts videos, somebody commented on the Donny Osmond video, and actually it was just the shorts video of that. And with my shorts videos, I'll always put a picture that is relevant to the analysis video. So this had Donny Osmond on there, and this particular person commented and said, oh, this shorts video is wrong or badly edited or something, because at no point do you mention that it's Donny Osmond that you're talking about. And then I've explained to them that the shorts videos have a related video, so you can click on that at the bottom. So if this person was really confused about what was going on, and I don't know, pulling their hair out or panicking because they don't know what's going on, all you have to do is click on the related video at the bottom of the shorts video, and that will take you through to the Donny Osmond analysis video where the shorts video is from. So yeah, as much as this person was being a bit negative about not the channel but the shorts video, I had to explain to them that every shorts video is part of a longer analysis. And I did say to them, because they said, oh, the shorts video should include everything, from the video that it was part of. And I tried to explain to them that I can't fit in a 1-minute video a 20-minute analysis video. It's impossible. And even if I'm cutting up sections, even that wouldn't be, again, going back to the point of legalities and making sure that everything's covered, I wouldn't be able to get all of the evidence in there and then explain all of the evidence as to what we're looking at, and for people to understand, to then do the test or the tests themselves, to then cross-reference everything that I'm saying and cross-reference it to know that what I'm saying is absolutely true. Trying to get that all into a minute is impossible. So the shorts videos are just segments of the longer analysis videos, and if you are interested in what I'm saying, or if you don't understand what I'm saying, that's what the related video is for. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame when people leave comments and are being kind of overly negative, not understanding how it works, that just one click would have answered all of their questions that they had about the shorts video. But anyway, I mean, one person did comment and say, but it doesn't really matter about this one artist. It's something that's happening across the whole music industry, that this same process is being conducted in the studio, but even with kind of live performances on the radio that then get changed. So sometimes it's not even really important which artist it is. It's the awareness, just spreading the awareness. So, and finally on that, the more I talk, the more comments I remember. And this one person said that they support the channel and everything that I do, which is great, but it's time to leave the tuning alone. And it's something that we're never going to win, or you're never going to be able to change anything. And I did say to the person that over the Christmas period, that might, and actually 2026 before Christmas we had the Channel 5 thing, which was great to be featured on that, but then after Christmas we had the national news story. So I did comment back to this person and reply and said that over even the last few weeks there's been more of an impact from my channel than there has been probably in the last 5 years, just because it's made it into the national media, into a national paper. So people are reading it. They might be eating their breakfast and they're reading about it in their paper, kind of across the whole of the UK. So I don't think it's going to, I'm not going to kind of stop doing what I'm doing. I think it's really important for the future of the music industry for people to just at least know what they're listening to. That's all I'm pushing for, really. It's not like a witch hunt against any particular artist or band. It's just saying, why is the industry, and the music industry, kind of exempt from people knowing what they're buying or what they're listening to, whereas every other industry, there are very strict rules about it. So I just, don't think there's anything wrong with people knowing what's going on. That's all it's about. It's not having a go at anyone. It's just allowing the audience to know what a particular singer is doing and what they're listening to. Obviously, it has huge implications for people learning to sing as well. But I don't really see the problem with full disclosure of what's going on. And for those people that maybe are defensive about it and say, oh, what's the point? Leave it alone. It doesn't matter. Who cares? For that kind of point of view, you think, well, if it doesn't matter, why do people feel the need to comment about it? Because it doesn't matter. So when you think about anything that you think doesn't matter, why is there, this compulsion to now write comments saying it doesn't matter? Because it obviously does, because they've felt compelled to write that particular comment. And it's only because of the defense mechanism of them liking a particular artist and they didn't know they were using auto-tune live or whatever it was, and they are now saying, oh yeah, but it doesn't matter, kind of in defense of their artist that they like. So that's the emotional reaction. But yeah, it really, you know, is something that shows there's an emotional connection to when people find out that their favorite artist is using auto-tune live, or even miming or lip syncing, whatever it might be. So I think that full disclosure is the best route, because then nobody's ever going to be disappointed about anything, because they'll already know. And when I point out something about a performance, everyone already knows, so it will just be me stating something that people already know. But as you guys know, with the channel, people don't know, and that's why I'm asked to look at so many videos, because people are thinking that this particular performance or that particular performance is fully live. And yeah, I'll always be here just to point out exactly what's going on, you know, whether it is fully live or not. So anyway, Malteser says, you are forging a path no one was on. Keep going. I'm 100% with you. So thank you for that. And this is the other thing, that I'm starting to see ever so slight changes in other channels. I don't watch a lot of channels. I don't have time to watch other channels' videos, but there are maybe a few changes going on where people are starting to mention about tuning, and they're starting to mention about authenticity and performing, you know, being an authentic artist, being a genuine artist, and having an artistic vision, all these different things. This authenticity, which is the whole point that I started Authentic Vocal like almost a year ago now, we're starting to hear that word a lot more, at least a lot more than we did maybe 3 or 5 years ago. And I think probably the driving force behind that is what I've been doing on the channel, because, you know, a lot of channels know of each other and sometimes have collaborated, and I've collaborated with other channels, so it is great to see them mentioning, at least bringing it into the conversation when looking at a particular performance, that there is tuning on this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, and I know that some people don't like tuning and that they consider it, you know, cheating and whatever it might be, but, you know, music is an art form, so artists can do what they like. It's up to them. Whether you agree with that or not, that's all subjective. That's just up to you. But it's great for people to be able to make up their minds, knowing what's going on, and hopefully, like I said, we'll keep on pushing forward. And the path that I'm going down, it might be the fact, and probably is the fact, that nobody else is going down this path, probably because it's a difficult path. Because you do get a lot of messages from fans of bands and artists that, you know, it's just like hate mail and lots of trolling. But all I'm doing is pointing out a fact, and that's, you know, what I think when you start to get behind all of these comments, it doesn't really matter what comments are made that are directed at me personally or the channel. I'm stating a fact. And there's nothing wrong. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with full disclosure and just stating a fact. I've made that comment before about, you know, saying that this phone case is blue. It's a fact. And nobody's up in arms about what I just said about my phone case. So it should be the same for when you're finding out about a particular performance or what's happened to a particular vocal. So yeah, there's no difference. So yeah, when I'm going down this path that nobody else is going down, because it is difficult, and it means that maybe your channel won't get pushed out there so much because of the agreement with YouTube and major record labels, but I think it's worth it to maybe have the knock-on effect of other people starting to find out about it, starting to appreciate what's going on with every singer, you know, as an industry standard, that their voice and their personality might be now kind of watered down or even fully removed, because their tuning, their unique way of singing, is being eliminated from all of their recordings and potentially live performances. So yeah, I'll keep on pushing down this path, and if other people jump on this path behind me and just say a little bit about it, then that can only be a good thing, just for, you know, full disclosure and people appreciating what's going on. But the Authentic Vocal channel is the one that will just feature all of these performances that are totally authentic, totally live, and just feature genuine artistry there. So anyway, yeah, let's get back to, have a look at this. We're now needing 30 more subscribers over on Authentic Vocal to get to 5,000. And yeah, 5,000. I know I was on 1,500 subscribers for years here on YouTube, and I know that 5,000, even though we've got quite a few subscribers here on Wings of Pegasus, 5,000 for any channel I think is great. It's very impressive. If you imagine kind of 5,000 people, that's a lot of people, and that will only help to get the word out about the channel organically. Even though YouTube won't want to push it so much, if I can mention it on my live streams here, people can go over and subscribe, and then they can check out bands and artists that are genuinely performing live and not using tuning. I think that can only be a good thing, that we just spread the word about it more and start to get this registered trademark out into the world so people know what it's all about. And it would be great if we can start getting it not only on performances that you see and that I've been asked to analyse, but I think it'd be great for people to know when they're buying tickets to a show that they are going to get a live vocal, because I think it is important to a lot of people when they're buying tickets. If they turn up and they can tell that it's mimed or lip synced, people do feel disappointment at that. And yeah, even when I've done an analysis video of a performance like that, and then people comment underneath and say that they're disappointed in this particular artist or band because it's not how I guess that they have viewed the band in the past as being genuine and authentic, but then they go and do something where it's not really like that, there is disappointment. But anyway, yeah, we will see over on Authentic Vocal. I don't know whether we'll be able to make it during this live stream, but if you're watching this on catch up and you haven't subscribed to Authentic Vocal, then it'd be great if you could do that, because it will really help things over there. I mean, 5,000 would be great, but it will help to start getting this ball rolling, because I know at the moment, like I said, we're going against the tide. It means that YouTube is trying to stop this ball from rolling, but if we keep pushing it along with subscribers, then maybe it'll get a bit more attention, exactly the same as my Wings of Pegasus channel. The more subscribers we can get, the more eyes on it we can get, maybe other people will start to notice, and other people that might be able to help me along with placing this in the industry, and like I said, in the real world, rather than just being online, making it something that people know about, across the world would be great. But we'll see. We'll keep on pushing down this path. Right. Anyway, we will jump into the PayPal window again. So thank you for these donations. Lynn's donated £75. Thank you for that, Lynn. And the message is, Phil, sure did miss you. Glad you're back and live streaming. Lynn. So thank you for that. Right. Oh, there have been a few more donations over on or in the super chat window. So I'll just have a look over here. Oh, I can see Bang Bang Drummer just said, I just subscribed, Phil, with a thumbs up. Oh, and the channel name is Official Authentic Vocal. So that's what you'll need to type in to get to on YouTube. And yeah, thank you guys for subscribing. Yeah, if you're watching in the future on catch up, you can subscribe as well if you haven't done so far. And we just got another 8 subscribers, so we're looking for 22 more to hit the 5k over on Authentic Vocal. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Right now, let's have a look at what's going on in the super chat window. And let me just scroll up, make sure that we're not missing any. It was Sue, and then Orlando donated again, $5. So thank you for that. And the message is, if anyone wants to know, those were the lyrics to the chorus of Rock the Night by Europe. So thank you for that, Orlando. And that was referencing his first donation. And John has donated $20 as well. So thank you for that, John. And the message is, if I understand autotune, it levels out a voice, taking out flat notes. Yes? Can it make a meh singer sound great? And then in brackets, Swift, that's a subjective opinion. How much could the old analog soundboards with all the slide levels affect a voice tune? So thank you for that, John. So with the last video that I did, which was the Donny Osmond video, with that they had moved his voice a semitone, so it means that the note that he hit was wrong. It was a wrong note. So when you start taking things to that kind of level, I said in that video, where does it end? When you're moving notes that were wrong notes to now make them correct notes. Because now we're stepping, I think, into the realms of, well, we're potentially not being anywhere near the note that's being aimed for, but we're now moving the note there after the performance. So then when it's released to the general public, that all of the notes have been hit really accurately. So when talking about leveling out a voice, what auto-tune is doing, live auto-tune is snapping the note to the note of the particular scale that the singer might be singing in. So you might have a song that's in, let's say, the key of A major, and all of the notes of the melody are going to be in A major. It's going to be part of that scale. So it means that every note that's hit will be snapped to one of those notes. So potentially you're never going to sing out of tune, because it's always going to make an adjustment to take your note that might have been a wrong note, part of the wrong scale, and it'll move it to the right scale. Now, when we're talking about, singers who are professional singers, that's what they do for their job, and they might be very well known. You would hope that they get close enough to the note that auto-tune knows which note they're trying to hit. So what happens in that case is, if they are flat, auto-tune will move it to the note, and if they're sharp, it will move it to the note. So they're always being corrected all the time. If they're using auto-tune live, every note, every time they make a noise, it's being corrected before the audience hear it. So this is why sometimes you get the auto-tune flip, because the singer has been too far away from the note, and auto-tune doesn't know which note the singer was going for. And I know people will say, so that means that they were so far off the note, the processor didn't know which note they wanted, so just put it onto a random one. And it wouldn't have been random, it would be as close as wherever the noise was. And yeah, you could say, well, in real life without auto-tune, that note wouldn't have sounded good, because it was so far off the note, even the processor doesn't know what the person's trying to do, so it will just flip it to a particular note. And that's why you hear that flip sometimes, because it's the processor not knowing that the singer was too far off for auto-tune to know what to do with it. So yeah, when we're talking about live auto-tune, you get the flips where the singer might have missed the note by quite a lot, and if they weren't using auto-tune, that would be a standout note. It would be so far off that, back in the day, a vocalist might be slated for that performance because they missed the note by so much, and it was so flat or it was so sharp that, there have been loads of performances like that before auto-tune, where people's reputations really took a nosedive because they were so far off a particular note holding it, or they maybe missed a few notes in a performance, whereas now auto-tune would eradicate that. It would, snap it to the note, but if they were really far off, it would just snap it to another note, and you'd still get that kind of flip sound, but it wouldn't be as obvious. It would still be snapped to a note that would be relevant to the song, unless they haven't programmed in anything, which sometimes happens. And auto-tune, snaps it to a wrong note. But yeah, that actually happened in one of the Youngblood videos that I was looking at, where it actually snapped it a semitone too low because the vocal was too low. It was closer to that. So yeah, but anyway, it means that, yeah, when we're talking about live auto-tune, yeah, it's just something that I can't really get into a vocal that is auto-tuned live, because you're not really hearing the voice of the singer. You're hearing a processor. Now, when we're talking about post pitch corrected performances, that's where somebody is now clicking on the vocal and moving it up and down. So that will be now a perfect performance regardless of where the person's voice is. So getting back to the question, in terms of saying, could it make a meh singer, which I assume is just like an average singer, sound better? That's the point. That's exactly what it's designed to do. Auto-tune was not designed for great singers, and they say, oh, this great singer's got a great voice, but we need something more, because great voices have never needed anything more. When there's a voice that is not as accurate pitch-wise and is a little bit more average for hitting pitches, not hitting them very accurately to the point where it stands out, for that level of pitch accuracy, something has been developed in order to now make the pitches more accurate, because the singer can't hit the pitches accurately. When we're talking about the use of it artistically, then that's fine. They can use auto-tune whatever they want to do. And I've always mentioned about will.i.am being very open about it. He says, look, I can't sing or can't hit pitches accurately, so I use auto-tune. But where we've now got singers who are using auto-tune, there's no real explanation for that other than it being an artistic thing. But when it's not an artistic thing, it's being used to get the voice to be more accurate, because the natural vocal isn't as accurate. And that's why it's now taken off, because every record label realizes and thought, oh, hang on, so we can get a singer who's not very accurate at singing, and we can make them as accurate as the best singers that are in the industry at the moment. And even better, take the best singers, bring them to the A440 standard pitch equal temperament tuning, and they will sound exactly the same pitch-wise as the singers that definitely can't sing at that kind of level. So yeah, it's just really leveling the playing field so that everyone sounds the same. Of course, there are different voices, different stylistic choices that people make, but for me, the pitch is such a fundamental point of singing and a fundamental part of expression that when you hear a tuned voice, it just doesn't have anything to it. The personality of the singer has been eradicated and replaced with a processor. So anyway, back to the old analog soundboards and speeding up tape, for example, slowing down tape. The massive difference between what's going on now and what went on then is that now the vocal is being replaced with another version of the vocal that didn't happen. So that's what digital pitch correction and auto-tune does. It's effectively replacing the vocal. It's taking a signal and then it's creating another signal, and that's what you're hearing, and it's a corrected signal. With tape, the singer would record their vocal and the tape would be sped up or slowed down. The vocal is never getting replaced by any digital creation or processor, but back in analog days and using tape, digital wasn't an option. So this is how they had to do it. So they sped up a vocal to make it go sharper and slowed it down to bring it flatter. But again, you couldn't do it in the detail that you can now with digital pitch correction like Melodyne, where you can go in and select every little part and every vowel sound and just move it up. And it's really being, in my opinion, overly edited, but that's the way that the music industry kind of want to do it. So back in the day, the tuning might have been affected by speeding up and slowing down tape, but the producers were always working with the original vocal. It was the same vocal on that tape that's being sped up and slowed down. It was never replaced. So all of these journeys into microtones that you might hear from a particular singer, if that's sped up, those microtones are still in there. If it's slowed down, the microtones are still in there. They're not editing the pitch at that level. They're doing something to the whole vocal and not replacing it. So I think that's why when people still might connect to a song that was recorded 40, 50 years ago, and it might have been sped up and slowed down, the vocal, the singer's microtones are still in there. Whereas when you're listening to that same singer, if they are still performing now, when you're listening to that same singer and they are digitally pitch corrected, their voice has now not made it to the final recording. Their voice has been replaced by the digital version of their voice, which doesn't include the microtones that they put into the vocal, into the microphone, because that's not how tuning works now. Digital tuning eradicates the microtones, so therefore you're eradicating all of that personality and all of that expression. So yeah, anyway, right, there has been another donation from Orlando for $5, so thank you for that. And the message is, you'll gain more respect by exposing the truth. Never abandon the truth, even if it hurts. So thank you for that. And yeah, I think the word is getting out there to the point where, when you got a guy like Steve Lukather on Rick Beato's channel mentioning about my videos and my channel, you think, well, that's the kind of artist and performer. If he knows about what I'm doing, and I can't remember what he said about me, but he said that I was serious or something, or that I pull no punches, and that I kind of really get in there. When you've got somebody at that kind of level of performance who knows about what I do, you think, well, the word is out there. People know about what I do, and not only, I'd say, the mainstream audience, maybe fans of bands and the general public, but we are getting people who are established performers watching my channel and watching the analysis videos. And if anything, they're watching the videos interested to see who is doing what. And it might be people that they could be touring with in the future, or people that they maybe have played with in the past, but knowing what people are doing, because they are interested as well. Professional musicians in bands are interested to know what other bands are doing. And that's why when I got loads of requests to take a look at Taylor Swift, and Dave Grohl said over the microphone at one of his live shows about Taylor Swift lip syncing or miming. Again, performers in bands are interested to know what's going on, and he made that statement, and I think he got a lot of stick for it in the press because he just made that statement. And you've got to, I think, prove your statement. So that's why I got so many requests to take a look at that. And it means that we could prove if what he was saying was true. And it did turn out to be the case that in that analysis video we were matching up songs from the set that were the same audio file being played back. So it's important really to back everything up and objectively prove what's going on. So anyway, I will just jump into the super chat window because there's another donation in there, and I can see that time is moving on. Obviously a lot to talk about with the kind of week and a half that we had off. And Malteser donated $9.99 and said, you have a hairdresser appointment coming up, at least, please. So yes, I do have a hairdresser's appointment in 2 days. But as for what's going to happen, I don't know. I might I'm kind of on the fence whether I just do the kind of look I've got here. I don't know, it's kind of a Keanu Reeves type thing where I'm starting to now move towards just preferring this because it's so much more manageable rather than having a fringe that is absolutely unmanageable, because the fringe used to curl all over the place, whereas this I can just kind of push it either side and then get on with my life without anything. And if it is going in my eyes, it's really easy just to push it out of the way rather than something kind of curling down and poking me in the eye, and that's the way it's going to curl and it's impossible to then stop it. So Yes, I'll have a chat with my hairdresser, see what she says about it. But, I mean, look at the length of this. Now, if I had straight hair, it would be down to here. But I've got a lot of curls, as you can see, going on here. So, yeah. Right. Now, we have to be organised. We're going to jump into tonight's cover video. It looks like we have 51% of the vote for The Boys Are Back in Town. And let me just end the poll, because I think that is now official. 51% of the vote. And we had M Dawn says, I like your hair, just trim it up a bit. So yeah, I don't know if it's different for a different style to then ask the hairdresser to kind of trim it and do whatever they do. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be cut differently for this kind of look. But the fringe was cut before. Obviously, now the point is that like these bits down here are actually fringe. So they've been pushed along to the side. So it would come down to probably about here. Hence this look for tonight. But I'm thinking with the fringe that was cut before, it still works all right. So maybe just cutting the fringe. Does the fringe even need to be cut if you're now getting it either side? Or should it be the same length as everything else and get the same level as that? I don't know. Or maybe this should be about this level. I'll ask the hairdresser. Anyway, let's jump into tonight's cover video. And yeah, it's going to be my version, of course, of Boys Are Back in Town. And I'm going to have to reload the software because it's just disappeared, but it's back now. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my version of The Boys Are Back in Town. I had to jump into that quickly because we're about to get into me talking at the end of that video. So thank you guys for requesting that over on the Patreon page and for voting for that tonight at the top of the live chat room. Let me skip that advert. And I mean, sometimes when people say that they get an advert, it's random as to when they happen, because I haven't had any notifications apart from right at the beginning where it said that there's an advert and then I skip that. So yeah, I think people just get adverts in random places on the live stream that are totally unrelated to things that I'm seeing. So anyway, right, now let's see if we have reached the target for tonight. 320 likes we were aiming for, and we've hit 375. So thank you everyone for hitting the thumbs up. That means that we are going to be having a fill jam. We'll bust out the guitar, and I've still got the laptop plugged in, so we'll be doing that in a second. But I want to jump over to the Authentic Vocal YouTube channel. We are looking for 4 more people to subscribe to hit 5,000. So yeah, 5,000 subscribers would be amazing. It's at official authentic vocal. If you're typing that after youtube.com/at official authentic vocal, you can just type it in to YouTube and you should be able to find it. But like I've already said, it's a channel that YouTube doesn't promote too much, doesn't push it out there so much. So yeah, if we can get 4 more people to subscribe, then that means we would have got 70 or was it 60 subscribers just during this live stream. And it might be something that I do in the future just to point more eyes in that direction, because I do get a lot of comments from people saying, oh, why don't you ever on the channel feature, real performances and artists that aren't tuning their voices and that kind of thing. And I say to them, I do, but if you want a place where you can just find authentic vocals and no tuning or anything, then go to this particular YouTube channel, which is at official authentic vocal. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe by the end of tonight's Fill Jam we'll be at 5,000. Who knows? Fingers crossed. So yeah, if there are any people out there that want to subscribe, it'll be great, because I think it'll really help things to push along from that authentic vocal standpoint. Right, now I'm so used to clicking things on the screen that I grab my mouse and try to now get on my laptop with using the mouse for this computer. So that's not how it works. Let me see what's going on here. Right, so this is Fill Jam number 299. And right, let me check this is working. That's on. I can't actually reach this with my feet, which is annoying. There we go. And this is Steve Vai style backing track, Lydian Extravaganza. So just trying to grab the mouse again. And be warned, this is 11 minutes and 14 seconds. Okay, so that means we're going to be ending the live stream a little bit late. Now, again, I'm listening to this through the laptop, which is always more difficult because I can't hear exactly what's going on. And, somebody just sent a message saying, Elaine says 5,000K? 5,000,000? Let me, zoom out of this. And we should be able to see Rocky a little bit more clearly. If the red man wakes up, what's going on? There he is. So, and there he is. Right, now, let me just quickly refresh the authentic vocal. And there we go, 5,010 subscribers now on the official vocal, or authentic vocal channel on YouTube, which is official authentic vocal. So thank you guys for subscribing, and if you want to head over there, if you're watching this in the future, it really will help that channel to get out there a little bit more, and it might be something that we can do during the live streams in order to get a little bit more through flow and a little bit more traffic going through that particular YouTube channel. And I am uploading a new authentic vocal analysis video, one that I've done in the past here on the channel. It could be from years ago, but I'll be doing a new one on there on Mondays, because Mondays is like my admin day from this channel, so I don't do anything on this channel. But then I'm thinking maybe of doing one on Thursday as well. We'll see how it goes, but it'll be great to build up the database of just a channel with just loads of great authentic performances. Right, now let's jump into this, and like I've already said, hearing this is a bit of a nightmare. Can't really do too much with the levels. And we'll see if I can actually hear this in the first place. I've clicked on play. Okay. Going on here. A bit of a journey. changes in this. I've got that change wrong twice in a row now, thinking it's going somewhere else. It's a lot of changes to try and get your head around. Change. If only I had a memory that worked. Fade out. Oh, it's fading out. I wanted to now get the change that happened that I missed 3 times in a row to see if I could get it the next time. But anyway, yeah, there we go. I can see in the live chat room. B says, and here I thought you did it on purpose. So yeah, doing the, you could argue that you're playing chromatically and it's just something you're putting in, but no, with that, it's almost like there are so many changes because I'm not kind of looking at the chords. I just kind of listen to it and play. There are a lot of chord changes in there, and it gets to a point where you can kind of remember from the first time through the beginning, the second time through a little bit more, the third time through a little bit more, but then the end part is always a little bit hazy. So, and especially with changes like that, where the changes are kind of not really where you're expecting it to go. It caught me out 3 times in a row. But that's what this is. It's just playing along to something that you haven't heard before, and this is why, it is kind of the ultimate test, I think, of extemporization, when there are lots of changes, especially with a very long set of changes. Remembering it is nigh on impossible hearing it for the first time. But anyway, that was Steve Vai's style backing track, Lydian Extravaganza, and it's from Q Jam Tracks, if you guys want to check this out. And that's Q Jam, so QJAM, all one word, and then tracks as it sounds. So thank you, Joe, for sending me that, a very long one. Backing track for tonight, and lots of changes. So that's one of those that I'd maybe have to listen to again and just get my head around the change. I think even just not playing and listening to it probably would be wise, like maybe the first time through, to then hear the progression or see how much of it you can remember for then the changes that happen in the future. So yeah, when changes happen and it's only for like a bar or 2 bars, adjusting what you're playing, the chord's already changed. So you think, oh, now I get back to that section. The next time around, you listen to it, go, oh right, that's that bit. Oh, it's changed again. So yeah, a bit of a challenge. Right. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we are going to be doing the same thing on Saturday night, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So yeah, if you guys can join me then as well, that would be very much appreciated. And thank you guys for subscribing to the Authentic Vocal YouTube channel. That's very much appreciated as well. I'll be here with another video tomorrow night, of course, and that's going to be released at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I will see you at tomorrow night's video. As I always say, try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And yeah, have a fantastic rest of your week. And I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!